Cougar have come out swinging in the entry-level gaming peripheral market with the addition of the Deathfire combo. This keyboard and mouse sure does pack a punch and rivals the Cooler Master Devastator combo pack with its extremely affordable price tag of just $59. Now don't get me wrong, at that price tag it is not going to buy you the perfect set of peripherals on the market, but Cougar have managed to pack a lot into the Deathfire to allure any gamer on a budget to this great deal. Let's first start with the mouse, which is constructed entirely of plastic and has an ambidextrous design, with the majority of it being matte black colour except for the decals across the left and right hand click area, the Cougar logo, and a small V'd out section at the bottom of the mouse which is instead glossy plastic. The scroll wheel is coated with rubber around the middle, with arrow-like engravings which help with grip. Speaking of the scroll wheel, each step is defined and requires the perfect amount of actuation. The left and right clicks feature Omron switches, which coupled with the scroll wheel are the only 3 buttons on the mouse. Some other features include an AD/NS 50/50 optical sensor, a 1.6 meter plastic coated USB cable and a 1000Hz polling rate. The mouse also features 4 levels of DPI which are set at 500, 1000, 1500 and 2000, which can be changed by holding down the left mouse button then clicking the scroll wheel. These DPI steps are a little strange to me, as I know a lot of people who use around 400 and 800 DPI and would have preferred the steps to be in multiples of 400. Cougar's logo, located on the palm area, can be lit up in 7 different colours, including red, light blue, green, pink, dark blue, yellow, or white. By holding in the right mouse button and then clicking the scroll wheel, you can change between each colour or choose to just let the mouse slowly cycle through the colours. The dimensions of the mouse are 116mm long, 65mm wide, and 38mm high, and weighs just 85 grams. But this mouse feels small in my hands and my fingers hang over the end, although this isn't uncomfortable for me when gaming. Onto the keyboard, which is also constructed entirely of plastic except for the 8 rubber feet located at the bottom. The faceplate has a brushed metal look, which they have pulled off quite well, without it looking cheap. The 12 F keys at the top double as media and shortcut keys when the function button is held in. The function key can also be used to swap the WASD to the directional arrows, and vice versa, which is a cool feature and can also increase the lighting brightness using page up or page down. Speaking of lighting, each key is backlit, but the text of each key is not clear, so the lighting will not shine through it. The entire border of the keyboard, the Cougar logo on the top right, as well as the symbols underneath, also change colour in tune with the keys. The keyboard can also be set to one of the 7 colours or just let it cycle through each colour, although you cannot get the keyboard and mouse to sync up their colour cycle because they actually cycle at different speeds. Each key is using Cougar's hybrid mechanical switch, which is rated at 20 million keystrokes, which is a slightly stiff switch but offers a tactile bump, making it actually feel mechanical. This switch does not offer a cherry compatible stem, so you cannot change out the keycaps, which have a slightly sharper edge than more premium caps. Here is a typing test so you can hear the switches. Extra features include a 1.6 meter plastic coated USB cable and 26 key anti-ghosting. This keyboard does not come with a wrist rest, which is kind of expected for this price point, but I thought I would still mention it. Dimensions wise, this keyboard is 140mm long, 448mm wide, and 43mm high, with a weight of just 1 kilo. For testing, we're going to change it up a little, as these are budget peripherals after all. First test, let's check for sensor rattle, which luckily there is none. Next up is sensor recognition height, which unfortunately it failed. As you can see, the cursor moves before placing the mouse down entirely. Prediction is the next test, which we do by trying to draw a straight line in paint and see if the sensor tries to correct your line, which as you can see, unfortunately this mouse also failed this test. The next test is to check for skipping by drawing a spiral, while checking for breaks within the image, which thankfully there are none. The last test is sensor speed performance, which we test by rapidly dragging the mouse left to right while watching the screen for any unusual behaviour. Unfortunately again, this mouse failed this test because as you can see, the mouse flipped out when it was flicked too fast and showed signs of acceleration. Since this is a keyboard and mouse combo, I need to test both in fast-paced environments. So first up is Doom's single player campaign, where movement is everything. Next up is Unreal Tournament, which is an incredibly fast-paced environment where movement and precise aim is key in the arena. This combo lived up to its name and performed great, with no foreseeable problems for me, as I'm not one to lift my mouse or sporadically flick it towards opponents, but if that is your playstyle, this mouse definitely is not for you. In conclusion, the Deathfire set is a great buy for the money, with some nice lighting effects to match most people's setup. I'm just confused as to why they didn't add their signature orange colour to the mix to make it really unique. Another head scratch is why there is no way to make the lighting cycle effects sync together, as there is no software to help with this issue. But I cannot complain, as lighting is just an added bonus to an overall fairly solid combo, with the keyboard being flawless, but having line prediction on a gaming orientated mouse is not good, especially for those situations where you need to adjust your cursor ever so slightly to hit that all important shot. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it, please consider subscribing for more reviews and other content in the future. If you have a suggestion, question or criticism, leave a comment, and thank you very much for watching.